Universal presents Gangbusters. Calling the police, calling the G-men, calling all Americans to war on the underworld. Gangbusters, with the cooperation of law enforcement officers of the United States, presents a picture of the endless war of the police on the underworld, illustrating the clever operation of law enforcement officers in the work of protecting our citizens. The all-American crusade against crime.
About my bill, his black hair and blue eyes?
Yeah, he got off here. I noticed him because he was kind of nervous-like.
Where'd he go?
Down the track. Hopped the northbound freight just as he pulled away from the water tank.
How long ago was that?
9 minutes and 30 seconds.
Thanks very much.
I recollect exactly what time it was, because I said to the young
Haskins. Resisting arrest doesn't make you look very innocent.
You can't arrest me, Bannister. They threw you off the force. You're not a cop.
That's right, but Tim is. Here he comes now.
Nice work, Bill. Come on, Haskins. Your troubles are just beginning.
Is this story true? Bannister captures member of League of Murdered Men?
Certainly it's true. I gave out the news myself.
I don't see why you ever threw him off the force. He's the only man you had that ever got anything done.
Well, you told me to, Your Honor. It was an order.
Put him back on again. And that's another order.
Bannister again, eh? All right, Mr. Bannister. We'll have Haskins out before the day's over.
Hey, Professor, are you going to have him make out he commits suicide with them little white pills like I did?
Certainly. Then claim the body for burial and bring him back to life.
Who can you send to make arrangements? Cops have seen all us guys since we had our pans altered.
Take this to J.B. Malloy. an attorney who will act for us.
Is he a friend of yours?
Hardly. Tell him to memorize the instructions, then destroy them.
What makes you think he'll do it?
I'm counting on you and Mr. Taboni to persuade him.
Mayor Hanson asked me to arrange this interview, Haskins. Persuade you to help us in rounding up the League of Murdered Men. What do you say?
Not a chance. Why not? I'll use my influence as mayor to get you as light a sentence as possible.
We don't make that sort of a bargain with criminals, Your Honor.
I don't want it anyway. The League wouldn't rat on me, and I won't rat on them.
Do you mean to tell me you're more afraid of the League than the law?
Sure I am. You can't send me up for more than a few years. The League plays for keeps.
Take him away.
They just found this in Grubby's clothes, sewed in a coat lapel.
Make anything of it, Bill?
No. Know what's in it?
No, they just found it. How about me taking it to the lab for analysis?
Go ahead.
Mind if they strip Haskins to the skin to see if he's got a duplicate?
What makes you think he has one of them?
He's psychic, Your Honor.
I'm very sorry, gentlemen, but I can hardly afford to become embroiled in anything as questionable as this.
You can't afford not to, brother.
Memorize what's on that paper, then burn it. And follow the instructions.
I don't like to refuse, gentlemen. but-
You ain't gonna. We're not asking you, we're telling you. Yes, Mr. Malloy.
Get Chief O'Brien for me at police headquarters.
Yes, sir.
That capsule contained a combination of the strongest soporifics known to medicine.
Soporifics? You mean a sleeping powder?
One that induces a sleep so deep that might easily be taken for death.
Could a patient be revived from such a sleep?
I think so, if given an antidote within a reasonable time. Why?
Randall? I believe you've solved the riddle of those prison suicides that later turned up alive.
You mean that's the League of Murdered Men? I don't get it.
Well, they could have faked suicide by taking one of these capsules, and then could have been brought out of their sleep by the friends who claimed their bodies for burial.
Bill, I think you've hit it.
We searched Haskins and found this in the flap of one of his pockets.
Similar to the one we found on Grub. Fill it with something harmless and put it back at his coat where you found it.
What for?
Because we don't want him to know we found it, and we don't want any more suicides.
Ernie Malloy just phoned and said 2 men tried to hire him to visit Haskins and tell him to commit suicide at 5 o'clock. Then be on hand to claim the body.
So his friends could bring him back to life as they did Taboni.
I suppose so.
I was pretty sure they'd try that.
More mind reading, I suppose.
Sure. Phone Malloy, will you, Chief? And tell him to pretend to do what they ask.
What, and let them take Haskins away in a dead wagon?
Sure. Then trail him right to their headquarters.
I get it.
Is everybody crazy?
Maybe I am, but I think I know who Professor Mortis is.
Who?
I'll tell you after I search the records on Clayton Maxton.
Who's Clayton Maxton?
Sounds like an automobile horn, but that can't be right.
Will somebody please tell me what this is all about?
Get me J.B. Malloy and fast.
Well, I judge you convinced Mr. Malloy you should assist us.
Sure. We'll pick up Haskins' body at 5 sharp.
You know what worries me is, can we trust this guy, Malloy?
Certainly not. By now, he's probably tipped off the police.
Tipped off the police?
I hope so. We've got to make them believe they're outwitting us. Otherwise, they'll never let us have Haskins' body.
Yeah, but they'll trail it to our headquarters.
They'll trail the body, yes, but not to our headquarters. Now, this is what I want each one of you to do.
I was right. Professor Mortis is really Dr. Clayton Maxton, one of the greatest scientists in the country.
Of course. I remember him now. Unbalanced on the subject of suspended animation.
Right. He killed a man experimenting with it.
He called it an experiment. The law called it murder.
And send him to the chair.
With the help of his lab assistant, he got one of those capsules and apparently committed suicide. He was taken away by this same assistant and brought back to life. Do you know who the assistant was? Haskins. Would you mind turning around while I phone some misinformation to the papers?
I wish this thing was over. I've got a mighty creepy feeling inside.
Oh, forget it. Nothing can go wrong.
Says you, knowing you don't believe it.
We won't arouse suspicion following in a taxi. There'll be a squad car trailing with us 1 block over.
There it goes.
All right, driver, follow that car. Nolan calling car 18. Proceed west about 20 miles an hour.
I get an awful guilty feeling about letting Bannister tackle this harebrained scheme.
You ought to have, after getting me to fire him off the force.
Well, I told you to reinstate him afterward, didn't I?
But he wouldn't come back. Neither would I in his place.
Worked like a charm. By the time they find out they're following the wrong car, Happy will be in the clear.
Better trail along just in case.
What's that for?
Just an added precaution. Bill's got a portable set with him.
I still don't get it.
Oh, in case we lose the wagon, we pick up his beam and follow him that way. You know, like an airplane coming in the fog.
Oh.
There it is. That's funny. Beam doesn't seem to come from the car ahead. Coming from back here and over to one side. This thing is all wrong. The beam isn't coming from the car ahead.
Maybe Bill isn't in it.
It's gotta be. We haven't lost sight of him for a minute.
But radios don't lie either.
Yeah. Nolan, calling car 18. Pull up and hold everything till you hear from me again. Hey, driver, catch that car and run it over the curb.
Let's beat it. We're wasting our time.
Wait a minute. Something's gone wrong.
They switched wagons on us somehow. Bill's in the other one. Come on. Turn around, head back.
Nolan, calling car 18. Something's gone haywire. Double back. I'll keep you advised, then step on it. Driver, turn north the next corner. Nolan calling car 18. Turn north on Grand and continue till further advised.
Step on it. You're being followed.
manhandle it. Take this wagon up the road and ditch it.
Nolan calling car 18. Stay on Grand. We're on the beam again.
Right here, please. The electrodes, Mr. Hollier.
Bannister.
Well, Professor, I've been looking forward to this meeting for a long time.
Hold everything, copper.
Your coming here enables me to do something I've been wanting to do for a long time, Mr. Bannister. I'm going to put you to sleep. A sleep that can't be told from death. Then I'm going to bring you back to life again.
Come on, Copper, lie down. You asked for it.
What's the sense in killing me if you're going to bring me back to life?
To remain alive, you must repeat the treatment every few days. And to get the treatment, you must obey my orders, like all other members of my League of Murdered Men.
See Law and Order, 13th and final chapter of Gangbusters at this theater next week.